Alrighty then, let's get this party started. What is up, Bernard? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. So I do have an interesting list for you guys today. First off, we're going to be looking at some of the larger cap coins, which are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Sui, Doge, Bitcoin Cash, and Hype. But we are also going to look at some that I do believe can move over the weekend, which are going to be the meme coins. So we will be looking at Bonk, Pepe, Brett, Moondang, Pengu, and Floki. If you guys have any requests, feel free, drop them in the chat. If you guys are not members, hate to say it, but it's going to take a donation or just become a member. Then you guys can actually drop your requests in the chat. Or, special night, because I didn't go live for them yesterday, and I have to, you can join us on Pumpkin right over here. You can join us over there, and yeah, you can join in on all the fun. Link is in the description down below. Why is that so small? There we go. There we go. Sorry, I gotta make that better. Perpy, I got you covered there. Got you covered there, Chief. Alright, Bernard, we'll check out some Perpy for you. I got you. So, the analysis today isn't going to take too long because Bitcoin really didn't do much. So, we did have this falling channel here. We broke out of it. We have held outside of it for an entire day. Fantastic. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, it does look like it wants to reset. So, there's that. If we do reset, we're looking for a little bit of a retracement, possibly coming back down to this level at 107.3. Maybe we get as low as 106.484, maybe, but we already broke above the 200 on the 4-hour, and we bullishly backtested. LNE, what is up? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, if we do pull back, I don't think it's going to be that bad, but, you know, our relative strength right now looks a little jacked up with the bearish divergence on the 4-hour, so a reset would be nice. What is that? UNH, please. I think it got skipped last time. It got skipped? That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. Sorry about that. We will write that down right now. UNH. My bad. My bad. Luckily, it's a stock, so I don't think it moved very far. Also, healthcare stocks haven't been doing that great. Anyways, we do have our bearish divergence and a lower high. So right now, right this second, I would be leaning toward the bearish side. And right now, what I'd be looking for is Bitcoin to move down, possibly down to this 107.5. So that 107.307 support level does look like it might be a good opportunity if Bitcoin pulls back, which things are lining up for it to look like it should pull back. Who knows? Maybe they decide to wreck everybody and not pull it back. Here's your uptrend that you're looking to hold on to. If it does, then, well, we could see much more upside. And when I say much more upside, I mean like new all-time highs, but I would not enjoy that over a long weekend, because then you're almost guaranteeing a dump on Monday. Would not like that. Let's check out our liquidation heat map. So, pull this over to symbol in the 24-hour time frame. Tons of shorts sitting up here thinking that we're going to pull back. Alio and SPX 6900. All right, I got you covered. Got you covered, Alio and SPX. I got you covered. How you doing today, Cammy K's FPV? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. You know, I think I'm going to have to play some Warzone after this. That new Mayhem thing, it's looking kind of interesting. I might have to jump in there after this. So, a couple longs got taken out today, but it does look like more longs are about to get devastated, according to this, because betting to the upside on the weekend. It's pretty ballsy there, Cotton. We're going to see how it goes. Holy smokes. And at 108,409, we have $383 million sitting there. Yikes. But then again, there's 353 million sitting at 110,567. Absolutely wild times in the Bitcoin space. Absolutely wild times when it comes to that liquidity. Insane. So you all know what I'm thinking. I am bearish for now. I'm thinking we're going to pull back a little bit, but until we break that uptrend, I do not know for sure. Also, anybody who's like, oh my god, he's doing gloom, we're going down, it's 1.8%. It's really not much. It's not much. If you're a long-term holder, I mean, you shouldn't even scoff at this. Just go enjoy your red meat and beer, because 4th of July is here. Anyways, that is BTC. Also, quick announcement, guys. Tomorrow, obviously, 4th of July, I have children. We're going to watch fireworks. I will not be live, okay? Don't get mad at me. If I do go live at some random point during the day, you're welcome, but don't expect it. Just don't. All right. Let's go to Ethereum. So checking out Ethereum here. So Ethereum, nice bullish consolidation. We made it to that 2,614 level. Great, awesome, love to see it. We also hit the 618 golden retrace. Absolutely amazing. However, I do believe this is going to be a continuation to the upside. So I'm a bit more optimistic than most other things. I don't think it's going to move up this weekend, but I do think on we will be looking at hype. Don't you worry, Simon. We will be looking at hype. But I don't think it's going to move up this weekend. I think we're going to chop around sideways. Looking at the daily, though, we have a golden cross. We're above the 200. We're above the 50. Things are looking good for Ethereum. I could see it trying to make a run all the way up to 3,364. But I definitely would say, don't expect it this weekend. Don't expect it this weekend. It could. Actually, I'm really interested to see how Ethereum performs, considering now Wall Street figured out how to get the staking into ETFs based off Solana. So there's a likelihood we see a very big push up for Ethereum. I mean, like, very big. So don't be surprised if Ethereum starts, like, turning heads and going crazy. Looking at the larger time frame here as we pull things down, we could make our move easily up to 3,085, but if we continue to the upside, because we did make a higher low than this low back here and this low right here, we kind of cleared this one as like a liquidity grab, it looks like, but we could find ourselves up at $5,846 over time. So there's an argument to be had there for Ethereum to move up a lot. A lot. But you will have to break out of this first. Looking at the peaks of Ethereum. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, god dang it. I got it wrong. So you attempted to break out of this thing like twice. You attempted once here, you attempted right here, you got dragged down. So it is going to be a little bit of a dogfight to break out of this thing. So good luck to Ethereum in its quest to greatness. Anyways, moving on from Ethereum, we got XRP. XRP sitting right here. We all know how I feel about XRP. You are still in a daily downtrend. Your uptrend here, we broke down from it, but we kept trying to push up. Too bad we are below the 200 simple moving average, and it's starting to curve down on you. That's not ideal. After a death cross, that's yeah, it's not ideal for what's happening with XRP. If XRP gets its spot ETF, well, then maybe things will change. But as of right now, I'm still pretty bearish on it. Still pretty bearish. Still thinking a lot of downside. We got to break out of this downtrend. Who knows when that'll happen? Who knows? I'm not going to harp on it too much. I'm going to move on from there because, you know what? I want to be in a good mood. Now, looking at Solana here. Solana. A lot of internet folks. Well, they were up in arms. Why isn't Solana pumping? Well, the spot ETF just came out, so there's a lot of people who would sell the news. On top of that, whenever people get these spot ETFs, they don't realize during the day when people are buying into the ETF, every ETF doesn't have to buy it yet. They have to finalize it by the next business day. So all the buying pressure for Solana from the ETFs, we might not even see it until Monday. They usually end up buying into it after hours, just to secure the balance book. But then we also have to worry about Grayscale when they finally get their ETF approved, how much they're willing to sell from their trust and dump onto the market for their ETF. So that's going to be something we got to pay attention to. As of right now, this level sitting at 157.88 is acting as major resistance. So we could see some downside. We could get a move back down anywhere between 135 and 118 would be completely normal price action. To make a higher low holding support after a breakout, completely normal price action. But after that, I would be looking for the 226 to play out and possible higher movements. But we're going to focus on 226 for now. So bullish on Solana. I just think it's going to go through a bit of turbulence before it starts going crazy. But yeah, I think Wall Street's going to love this one. So I'm really keeping my eyes on both Ethereum and Solana because you can stake them both. So we're going to see how Wall Street goes nuts for them or if they just don't care. I think they're going to go nuts for them. All right, checking out Sui. We had a couple targets marked out here. Looks like we're getting close to that first target. Now, Sui's one of the weird ones. It could move over the weekend, and it wouldn't really matter. But we're getting very close to that $3.16 level. We are broken out of the downtrend, which is beautiful, because we also have price targets based off that. So based off the breakout, we're still looking for that 354 to play out, and if we get a continuation to the upside, this might be the time that it runs up to $5.56. So pretty bullish on Sui. Sui's doing pretty nice. It is above a weekly level of support at 298.36. Let's see if it can hold. Those high stochastics, kind of a lot left to be desired there. The 4 hour, it kind of looks like it's topping out, wants to pull back a little bit, reset some indicators. Perfectly fine. If we do come back down, I would love for it to test this chop down here around 281. If you can test that area and hold for support, then I could see a lot more upside. Definitely could. Alright, that's Sui for you. Let's go ahead and check out Dogecoin. Checking out Doge. Let's go ahead and check in on the pumpkin people. Pumpkin peeps, how you doing out there? Welcome in, welcome in. We're going to see if we can put in a trade or not. All right, so Dogecoin. I had this nice little falling wedge or rising wedge marked out. Now it looks like we're actually utilizing it as resistance. It's crazy. We could see a nice 13% dump to the downside and a formal backtest of your previous downtrend before we see more upside. This is a possibility. Not saying it will happen, just saying it's possible. Your 4 hour kind of is dictating that it could happen, but checking out your daily, not even in the bullish control zone yet. It's kind of a flip of a coin, what it wants to do. We'll see. We will see. But a back test of that 15,449, completely normal price action. Completely normal. So I am still pretty bullish on this. And I'm thinking we're going to be testing this major downtrend sometime in the near future. However, I wouldn't get crazy bullish on this thing until around September. So around September, I really want to see where Dogecoin is at because that could be the back test before the huge run up. This is a higher low. A continuation up could be insane. But we'll cover that base when we get closer to it. I don't want to give any crazy hopium or get the moon boys in here like, yeah, I'm gonna sell my house, bro. Don't do it. Not yet. Not yet. All right, BCH, Bitcoin Cash. Nice little pullback happening right now. Looks like we didn't get the extension to the upside. That's perfectly fine. If we do come down, I'm looking for 430 to play out. 430. This actually might be a really good setup right now. Do we have bearish divergence? We have bearish divergence on the daily. Beautiful. Bearish div, lower high, could be coming down. We're going to just mark that out right there. Are we close to that downtrend? Holy moly. I was trying to short this thing last week. It held its own this whole time. That is insane. But yeah, it does look like it's ready to roll on over as we are breaching that 489 level. This 489 level should act as a major resistance. And I definitely would be looking for a lot more downside, coming down to that 430 level, possibly 11% to the downside. I like this setup. I really do. If we didn't have such a low stochastic on the 4 hour, I'd be all in there like swimwear. Checking out the 1 hour. 1 hour is almost oversold, so we need a nice little bounce lower high. Then you can start making a trading plan to the downside. So shorting Bitcoin Cash might be the way. Just maybe. Might get some weekend gains out of that one. Anyways, going on Hype. So checking out Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid, beautiful rising wedge back test. Nice to see it. So we have measured moves based off this. And yeah, we are maintaining that downtrend. Let's get rid of that real quick. Let's focus on the measured move. So we take the widest part of the wedge and then we pull it to the back test. Right here, we could find ourselves back testing 32.13 if we get this pullback. That's wild. Let's see if it plays out. But that could be a very good setup. Let's check it out on the daily. Do you got low? Oh my goodness. Yes, we do. On the daily, Hype looks great for this 18% move to the downside. Oh my goodness. Let's go Hype. All right, I'm okay with this. I'm A-okay with this. You had your bearish divergence, your lower high, send it. Let it drop. We can even adjust the downtrend here. Was this a double top? Oh, we got the double top on the daily? This looks great. Honestly, it looks great. All you got to do is fall below 39.14 and this party is going to get started. We could see ourselves dropping down up to 31%, getting that 50% retrace based off the nice run up that it had. Let's go Hype. Holy shit. We can profit on this one. This looks really good. I love this. Damn. Alright. Moving on. We got Bonk. I got Bonk looking at me right now. So Bonk's been very bullish. We are still looking for that 42% run to the upside. I know nobody cared when I mentioned it could go up 42%. But yeah, it's like halfway there. So I'm still looking for that 1972 level to play out. You're going to run into a lot of resistance up here at the 1799, but it's just chugging along right now. Just chugging along. Let's check out the 4 hour. 4 hour doesn't want to pull back yet. Holy shit. You actually broke out of your little bull flag here and getting running again. Sheesh. Absolutely insane. I don't like this wick. That wick is very menacing. And the... Do we have bearish divert? No, we have double top on the 1 hour. A double top on the 1 hour is something we really got to worry about here. So unless the bonk bulls start pushing this thing up, we could have a little bit of a pullback. I would be looking at this level right here at the 1583 level to hold, but we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. I think Bonk's going to have a really good weekend. I really do. There was news that came out about it recently. I forgot what it was. It was something to do with how they partnered up with Solana or something. Same kind of news that Pengu had. It wasn't really that big of a deal, in my opinion, but it got the price to move. So that's all that really mattered. All right, Pepe. Checking out Pepe. Pepe. Nice rising wedge. Still in it. Still in it. You're coming down. So if Ethereum looks like it might roll over, which doesn't really look like it, but it does look like this rising wedge is playing out. We could see this thing fall all the way down to our support down here at 790 if it plays out. You do have 4 hour bearish divergence. That's something to really pay attention to. If you get a lower high, well, sayonara. However, it was like wedgeception out here. You're still in a falling wedge. So if you do get a nice little break and then you get a back test and you stop right at support at 920, this could be an extremely good setup to see not only the falling wedge play out with a 53% upside, but your common retrace is 41% to the upside. This could be an extremely good trade setup for you. We just have to see when it starts pushing its way back up. So let's wait and see. This looks really good to me, though. I do like this because you can get the short squeeze to the upside as people stare at what they believe is a bear flag, not paying attention to this massive falling wedge that has already been formed. I like when I see things like this. Alrighty, next up we have Brett. Checking out Brett. Okay, Brett here. Interesting look. Actually, really interesting look. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of some of the noise here. So, we had a nice move up. We held this zone here, but you got a mildly higher low. Broke to the upside. If you continue down, I'm looking for support. Sitting right here at 4177. You get that support and you hold it. Holy guacamole, we could be running up to 6537. I think Brett's one to watch this weekend. Brett might be really good. A 55% upside is possible? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I do like this. I like this a lot. And then we have a beautiful little uptrend that we can play off of, which is even better. So the closer you are to this green line, the better it is. There you go. If we get a nice little touch of Rooney, oh, let it run. Could be good. Could be really good, actually. What's our daily look like on this? Daily, still in the bearish control zone? This looks nice. And noted, that's just your common retrace. Since you put in a higher low, you could get the continuation all the way up to 11 cents. Brett looking pretty nice. Moodang. Moodang is one that I did tell the entire Discord about. Congratulations to anyone who took advantage of Moodang, because this thing popped off like crazy. Almost got the entire 34%. Absolutely wild. Nice big old wick on it from today. So it did have a big pullback. But right now, why do I even have this marked out? What I'm focused on is staying above this level here. If you can stay above 18 cents, there's a strong possibility you're not only going to go up and test that 25,174, which now is 37% upside. You could possibly get a continuation up, which could get you somewhere around 46.51, or maybe, just maybe, get rid of that. Maybe, just maybe, you got the flagpole people out here talking about, hey, this could happen. Lines up almost perfectly with that 46.51. So this is a possibility. I believe it got too low in the flag for it to really be a bull flag, but hey, you're going to have people say it. Maybe somebody believes it and the whales push it up there. Who knows? Well, yeah, Moodang looking pretty darn good on the daily. You just have a high stochastic you got to deal with. On your 4 hour, you're no longer overbought, and it does look like you're getting bullish consolidation right now. So this is actually really positive. Checking out your 1 hour time frame. 1 hour is about to enter that bearish control zone while getting close to the 50 simple. Might actually be time to start thinking about getting into Moodang with a tight stop loss. Hello, my friend. What is up, HQZ? How are you doing? How are you? So yeah, if I were trying to get into this, I would have a stop loss right below this wick at 16,452. If you wanted to go a lot more risky, then maybe at this wick low, but I would definitely wait for a break to the upside, because currently it looks like a rounded top. That's bad. That's bad. Just no other way to say it. It's bad. Here's the downtrend I'd be looking at, so I would like to see a break, another test, and then a run. If you could hold that test, oh, so powerful. So powerful. All right, Pengu is next. I got this on my watch list. I don't know why I keep wanting to type everything in. So Pengu did not want to give anyone the gains with this choppy nonsense here. I will say, though, it was making higher low after higher low after higher low. Doing great. Just got back from 2-day hiking trip in the mountains. Oh, very nice. Hopefully nobody got altitude sickness. Hopefully you had plenty of water. Sounds nice. So right now, Pengu. There's nothing really stopping it from getting all the way up here to 23556. The 1 hour looks great. Looks like it wants to run. You had a downtrend here that you broke out of, bullishly backtested. Looks like it's ready to go. I might actually want to jump in on this right now, just for funsies. Pengu, oh boy. All right, the 15, little less desirable. I would have to have a stop loss pretty deep from where we're at 15.827. You know what? For the lulz, we're going to dive head first into this, and we're not going to have a proper stop loss. Hopefully you guys are ready. On this non-proper stop loss, just understand this is gambling. All right? We are gambling out here, so be ready for that. Pengu. This is chasing the green candles. The exact thing I tell you not to do. We're about to do it live on stream. So you might be able to see me get wrecked in real time. We have now gotten into a 15x long on Pengu, just like that. Now, can I get my stop loss low enough? 16. Oh boy, 16.03. I can. Holy shit. All right. 16.03. That is a deep stop loss. Holy. Oh boy, that's actually really deep. Hope everyone is well this evening. What's up, Jim? How you doing? I bring a filter and grab water as we go from alpine lakes and rivers. Not bad, not bad. Do you use the survival straw, or do you use anything else? I realize there's a lot of water filtration techniques out there, and anytime I ask people, sometimes I get like, oh yeah, the survival straw. Other times I get some weird things. ALB, got you covered. Meme slots, eh? Yeah, Jim, we are in the meme slots. We're doing it. Well, the upside on this is absolutely crazy, so I might as well. Anyways, ALB, got you covered. We're going to put in our profit-taking level, because I'm sure everyone cares. I'm sure none of you care at all, but we're going to do it anyways. 3-3, is it 6-5? 6-5? Nope. 5-5-6. It's 3-5-5-6. So this is an opportunity of a 6x. So you might as well take the gamble and hope and pray. Maybe some fireworks happen. Who knows? But yeah, this is an opportunity of a 6x. So we'll peek in on this every once in a while. We'll see how it's doing. But that is the trade right now. And I do need to change this so I know where I got in. So this is an opportunity of a 40% move to the upside on a 15x leverage long. I use a Sayer. Been using them for 10 years. Never got sick. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. But also, if you're going from alpine lakes, you're kind of getting like grade A water to start with. So it would be a little harder to get sick from that. Alright, last one I got for you guys is Floki. I'm staring at it on my watch list as I type it. Dumb. Alright, anyways. Nice breakout. Beauty. Let's go ahead and check out the 1 hour. 1 hour looks pretty solid. 1 hour looks pretty solid. You do have bearish divergence, but it did not want to give you a lower high. That's kind of crazy. You jumped into that bearish control zone, so technically you could have already reset. Alrighty. This is your downtrend here. You broke out of it. Now you're trying to break out of it again. Interesting stuff here. Interesting stuff. You still have a major downtrend you're going to have to fight with. But there could be some upside right now. There could be some upside. Let's just say you hold this level down here. You could find yourself at 9486. Considering we are in the weekend, I do think we're going to have a little bit more regular price action, which is going to be nice because it seems like a lot of Wall Street has been on a rampage of just trying to liquidate people out of this market. I mean, geez. the swings that randomly come about. You're like, where'd that come from? Where my follow through at? Wall Street. They ain't playing games. They want everybody out of this market. I'd like to request ETH BTC and ETH ETC USDT. Oh, okay. All right. ETH ETC USD. That'll be a weird one. All right, we'll check that out. But that is the portion of everything I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully, you guys got some value out of the list that I gave you. Hopefully, this Floki trade goes according to plan and you get that 21% upside. Who knows? I just know I'm saying it live on stream. And no one's going to remember tomorrow that I did say it. So as you guys start taking credit for what I just pointed out, cheers. Now, let's go into Perpy. Perpy. What a spike to the upside. We are looking for way more upside, though. I mean, like, way more upside. Beautiful, you got this nice move up, but we are still looking for that 115 to play out. Thanks, Borg. No problem, man. Bonk is the signature Sol meme. The Sol ETF news made it pump. Celinda. They also had some other news outside of that. But yes, I see exactly what you mean. Yes, Perpy, the Saga. Well, the Saga is looking a lot better now. A lot better now. Ever since you got the breakout and the higher low, even works on the memes. Even works on the memes. I guess the Pengu trade is going well. We're up 8% on our gamble. Let's go, baby. By the way, Celinda, thank you so much for being a member. I did not realize you became a member. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so looking at this, Perpy, I'm thinking a lot more upside here, buckaroo. A lot more. Looking at the daily, you are contending with the 50 simple moving average. I've seen it pump. I've seen it dump, and now I'm seeing it pump again. It's pretty funny. Considering we did get a higher low, technically, we could see this thing go much further than just the 618 golden retrace, getting you back up to that 9676 level. If it decides to get buck wild and crazy out here, you could get another 246% to the upside, clearing a zero, getting you to 18995. So these are possible moves that it could take. We're going to see what the Bulls, what the Bears have to say about it. Hopefully the devs are nowhere to be found. But yeah, Perpy's looking pretty solid. Getting back up in there. When did we start looking at Perpy? March? I don't know, man. I think we were in this chop over... No, I think we were around here. So maybe June? No, we could have been back here in May? Maybe? I don't know. Proppy is a good buy right now. We will have to check out some Proppy. Proppy. We'll have to check that out. It's a good buy right now. I'm going to hold you to it. That's some good old financial advice. Check DM. Oh boy, here we are. Alright. P-Die. Oh, it's been making some moves. Already hit the 1618. Let's go. Alright. Alright. That's pretty solid. Pretty darn solid. Let's check in on the pumpkin people. Pumpkin people. Alright. Pumpkin people are still here. They're still alive. They're doing it. Alright. Let's move on from Perpy. I significantly remember we saw it before it pumped. Did we? If we did, I don't remember. To be fair, we look at a lot of charts. I don't remember a lot. UNH, I got you. Kevin, I got you. UNH, United Healthcare. Let's see what it's doing out here. Nothing. It's done nothing. So yeah, we're still waiting to see if it can get up to that 374 level. I don't know what to tell you. It's doing actually nothing. Caught it on the pump once last year and made about 200 bucks. Hey, that's a winner. That's a win. That's steak right there. You were eating steak that day. That's good. A lot better than eating a garden salad. I'll tell you what. Speaking of PP coins. Wait, PP coins? What are PP coins? What are that? What are those? Didn't you say you thought UNH looked like a retail trap? Oh yeah, this looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. I'm just thinking you're gonna get a gap fill. But no, I wouldn't buy this thing at all. I'm still looking at way further downside. Maybe up to $25. Way further downside. An insane amount of retail bought up that low. That's dumb. This is all the strength retail had. Holy shit. That's not good. Proppy. Yes. Okay. I understand. Don't worry. We will be getting to Proppy. I got you covered. Celinda. But yeah, I just think they're going to fill the gap. Get all of retail to feel really good about it. Like, yeah, we're going to go all the way back up to fill this gap. And then it just dumps on you. I don't think United Healthcare is going to be doing that well. But it's trying to push its way up, trying to entice you to buy into it. We'll see if it can. See if it does anything. That's why you're avoiding UNH? I mean, smart move. Smart move. When your CEO gets assassinated, you know, there's a little bit of risk in there. All right, Alio. Checking out Alia. I know we looked at this chart before. It became a complete disappointment. So, let me see. Did we look at a MEXC? It was MEXC. Okay. Yeah, Alio, I tried to trade it before. Just complete disappointment. However, now it's looking like it might actually want to play out. Your target right now is 28.46. I don't like what the let's get rid of that. I don't like what the daily's doing at the moment with this consolidation. I do like the higher high though. Higher high, higher low. Oh wait, is it a higher low or is that a double bot? Nope, technically a higher low. This one's a hard one to read, honestly. It's really hard to read. Such low volume on this thing. So I would say hopefully you hold above 21.12. If you can stay above 21.12, then hey, 28.46. And then if you get a continuation to the upside, maybe you hit that 45.55. Maybe. It's a big maybe right now. Alio just doesn't seem like it has the backing that would merit it to like really pump and go off. It makes sense why you would buy at that low, but the company is sick even if it's a giant. The internal chaos isn't good. Very true. Very true, Jim. With the passing of the new bill, I don't think a lot of healthcare stocks will do well. I don't know what exactly it affected in the healthcare system. I need to look into it more. I've been with my kids a lot. Man, they take it out of me. They really do. My son just non-stop yelling. I can't wait till that phase is over. That kid is exhausting me. Looking at the 4 hour. 4 hour looks great for a bull flag idea. You're going to want to wait until you get a breakout of this downtrend. Once you do, there's not much stopping you from getting up to this first target. Not much stopping you from getting to 28.46. Yeah, 28.46 is your target right now. So from where you're standing right at the moment, you're looking at another 29% upside. Cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. Oh, are they actually cutting? Interesting. I thought they weren't going to cut and they were going to make it better or something. I don't know. I just work here. All right. So the other day we mentioned 15% upside. We hit that. We hit that nicely. And now we're still pushing up, even though it doesn't look like we should. But hey, you know, SPX, it does its own thing. Lives by the beat of its own drum. So I guess we're just going to pull this up to the high, keep it at the low. And if we get this continuation to the upside, we could find ourselves getting back up to $1.6265. I would not personally like it if it did that. Just go straight up 24%. I would not be a fan. No? What do you mean no, Rich? I'm confused. I think every sector is going to go up, not because of BBB adds value to equities, but because devaluation of the dollar will force equities to push up. I feel that. I can understand that. Yeah, the devaluing of the dollar is a real problem, so yeah, I can agree with that, Jim. I was looking at something earlier today where somebody was talking about that. They're like, it's not that equities are going up, it's that the dollar is collapsing. And I was like, you know what? That's the same argument for Bitcoin. So, yeah, I can get behind that. And also, with the devaluing of the dollar, that also means we are expecting Bitcoin to not only hit all-time highs, but then some. To go absolutely insane. Which I think now with that big new bill, as well as the... what was it? The Treasury? The Fed just bought the Treasury bonds recently. Yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, so we're buying trash with trash? Let's go, baby! Dollar devaluation forces stock market to go up. Exactly that. What that person told you. Yeah. SPX is like global lifeboat. Since 70% of the world is exposed to the dollar. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, actually. So yeah, right now, SPX could find ourselves going up 24%. We'll see how it goes. It's already in the green, surprisingly. Checking out the 15-minute real quick. Yeah, looks like it wants to run, wants to rally. Absolutely insane. Even since I marked this out, we started going up. Crazy. So SPX 6900, all the time I end up saying, oh, I don't think it'll go up. It goes up every time, so I'm just not even gonna say it this time. I'm just gonna at $62.65. Maybe this time it drops. Not probable. The amount of money we borrow from Medicare to use as leverage is also wild. I did not know that. I did not know that. ALB. Alien Base. Why can't I find it? Why can't I ever find it? It's like with Ethereum or something, right? Oh, boy. Wrapped ETH. There it is. Alrighty. I never could find this thing. Huh. You're getting a higher low in the 15-minute? Let's check the daily real fast. Daily, hanging out in the bearish control zone, but all you're doing is falling and making lower highs. That's it's kind of unfortunate. I guess back when we looked at it over here, we actually made that 75% move to the upside. Go figure. Now, we're waiting for a breakout of the what am I doing? All right. That was a perfect back test. Wow. That was perfect. You never can. Nope, never can. Oh my goodness. We haven't looked at ALB since like February. Yeah, it's been a long time. The downside did not play out. We failed on that account. Okay, all right. We're gonna do this. Alrighty, clean slate. Let's go. Let's not suck this time. That's the goal. We broke out of the downtrend. Great. We are now trying to uptrend. I'm going to say trying because we don't know if it's going to. Since you did make a lower low. So, did we? Wait, no, it's a higher low. Holy smokes. All right, we made a higher low. That's fantastic. We couldn't even test it. That's crazy. Or at least haven't seen TA on it in a long time. That's true. If you can get it at 5 cents, I think it's a good deal. Has potential to do a 50% on pumps. 50 cents on pumps. That would be a nice little 10x. I will say that. I will say that would be a nice 10x. Alrighty, so you are in the buying zone range. Last time you were in this zone, holy cannolis, you got all the way up to 58 cents. This thing does know how to pump, I will say that. Does know how to pump. But as of right now, the only thing I'd be focusing on is the golden retrace, which happens to be 143% upside. If you do get a continuation to the upside, 26,932 would be the target. But right now, it doesn't look that bad. Checking out the 4-hour. I forgot who the other NKN holder is, but if they're planning on holding to $1, it's going to be a while. Yeah, that's pretty tough. It's a tough ask. So let's see if we can maintain this uptrend here. If we can, this will be absolutely beautiful. If we can. If we can't, though, you have support sitting at 3970574. Nice support there. You're in a downtrend right now, but it does look like a nice little symmetrical triangle where it can pop off to the upside and get you that 143% move. Since we are going into weekend price action, I have more faith in it over the weekend than I do during the week. That's because the degens like to come out and play, and Wall Street is sitting at their houses in the Hamptons, not busy trying to manipulate this market. All right, moving on. We have ETH to BTC. Ooh, this is going to be a big one. Big one right here. All right, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the battle of the century? The greatest of all time, the clearing of the chart? Alrighty. Ever since Ethereum decided to go into staking. Oh my god. It wasn't a really good idea. I do think it has the opportunity of gaining now. I really do. So right now, right this second, I would be focused on this. To make a move like that, you'd need a narrative. Proof of relay was what pushed the price last time. Proof of relay. No, never heard of that. What a weird thing to say. Proof of relay. So as of right now, we are looking for Ethereum to outpace Bitcoin up to 34%. Yikes. That's crazy. If this is bullish consolidation, this could get absolutely wild. The staking switch was on the roadmap from inception. Yep, and then they did it. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, what is this trash? However, if the ETF can modify and get the staking in there, that could be a game changer for Ethereum. So this 35% upside, it could happen. Really could happen. And noted, that's just from here. It could get crazy. It could get insane. So theoretically, because we are reversing the trend here, we might be able to make it all the way back up to this trading range up here. So instead of 35%, you end up seeing it 160%. We'll see how it does. I'm very reluctant to be like, yeah, we're totally going to see that, bro. I'm very reluctant. The downtrend that we got to break out for that one also looks a little nasty. Looks a little bit nasty. So that 34% and testing of the downtrend makes a lot of sense to me. It's not even. Oh my goodness. So this is your 34%. This might take forever. If it ends up testing all the way out here in January, that'd be tough. That would be a tough hold. Really tough hold. All right, let's try and type in this next one. ETH, ETC, USD. Just hit and enter. This looks crazy. A lot of traditional finance sees the potential in Ethereum, but they're hesitant to full port because of the lack of demand on the layer 1 side of things. That is what will drive it to deflationary, which would be wild. Yeah, I can see what you mean by that. I can see what you mean. We're going to check the weekly on this. This looks really strange. So this is Ethereum to Ethereum Classic to USD. And it's going up. And you've only made higher lows. Only made higher lows, and now you're just pushing straight up there. I don't really know what to make of this chart. I will just say a trend. The trend is your friend until the end, baby. So next target I'd be looking for, oh, billion. This is market cap? Huh. Interesting chart. It is an interesting chart. So this is for market cap. It looks like it wants to hit that 20.56 billion. If you break that, you could be hitting that 26.5 billion. I'm wondering how this will affect Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic looks doomed. Is that what this is measuring? To be fair, wasn't it supposed to die off? That's why they built Ethereum? Anywhere between a 10 to a 42% move to the upside. I don't know. Celinda, I know we've kept you waiting for a while. Hopefully you have been patient with me. Well, let's check out Proppy for you. Let's check out Proppy. Go into the daily. Alright, so Proppy, it broke out of this downtrend. God, I hate those wicks. Those wicks are awful. Alright, go to the low here. We hit a 50% retrace. We pulled back. Ooh. We are now in a brand new downtrend. Are we breaking out of it right now? If we are, this could get absolutely nasty. It looks like we're trying to. This is an odd one. So normally I would have it just right there, but we do have these wicks, and they're consistent wicks. I'm going to see if they line up real quick. Almost. There's an argument to be had that you're still not broken out of the new downtrend. Argument is there. I do like your higher low and the fact that you have a bullish engulfing candle on the daily. This is good. This is really good. Because if we get a continuation to the upside, what we're going to be looking for is this to hit overhead resistance at 156. So Proppy does have an opportunity at greatness. Could be going up 85% to the upside, but you still need to break out of this downtrend and hold 88.95 as support. So it has a lot of work to do, but it looks like it could do it in the near term. Could do it. You have the legs. You got the legs for it. Go out there and dance your life away. Pull that chain to heaven and have that water come out from nowhere. Do that. I just don't know why it isn't dead yet. Well, you know, it's really hard to kill a crypto. It's really hard. The only way you do it is usually by rug pulls. Log chart is dumb. The strength of the structure is so odd for a ghost chain. That's pretty funny. Well, don't they, anytime they want to do upgrades to Ethereum, they run it on Ethereum Classic first just to make sure there's no problems? So it's kind of like Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin. Yeah, same idea. Oh, I am sore today. I'm sore in my traps, my shoulders, my lats, my legs. My legs, oh my gosh. I haven't been this sore in my legs in a while. I remember how much that sucked. Nah, the foundation has a test net. Oh, they already have a test. Oh, well, yeah, I don't understand that. Complete ghost chain. That's pretty funny. I don't know. It just randomly pumps once in a while. I think that's probably why it stays alive. Looks like C token's trying to make a move up. C token. I got wrecked today on C. I thought it was going to go up. Just kept falling. Kept going down. We got Bitcoin pulling back. Got Ethereum pulling back. Oh, boy. Solana trying to go green. Interesting. Maybe those ETFs are actually buying right now. Pengu. I'm getting wrecked. Oh, boy. The gamble's not going well. I'm down 9%. Lower high? Shit. Shit. The gamble is not going well, guys. Not going well. We tried, and we did not do well. I'd like to request that, actually. Ethereum on log, weekly, monthly. Alrighty. BTC monthly log. A little righty then. I will say on the monthly, this looks really bullish. This looks so bullish. You can't even test your weekly or your monthly candle closes. Can't even test it. That's wild. Wow. That 1491 has been a stone wall of support, hasn't it? Holy shit. That's crazy. Yo, what's up, Master E? How you doing? How you doing? This looks beautiful on the monthly. This actually looks beautiful. That is crazy. Oh, man. I will say, pulling a fib on the monthly just it hits different. It looks weird. Looks weird, man. You cover ETH yet? Yes. That was literally the second token we covered. Every day, the second. ETC is one of those dino coins that rips with Ethereum. You're right. It really does. So, it could go up a 5x. If it continues, you'd be looking for a 16x. It's crazy. Surprised they stuck around with ETC. Miners defaulted to ETC after ETH. Kicked them out. That's crazy. That's actually smart. That's probably what's the only thing holding it up. I'm going to get out of this Pengu trade. Pengu's just doing me dirty now. We going down now. Going down. See, this is the problem. Pengu, I tried to trade it like 3 separate times. I made some money on it. I lost some money on it. Luckily, the losses were less than what I made. But, man, they really do not want people to trade Pengu. This is like the #1 thing I had to deal with every time I entered a long. Just instant, straight down. It was like, fuck, man, what are these bots doing? Sheesh. We're gonna... Yeah, I think we're just gonna take the L on this, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Holy shit, Master E. I'm just coming out with 4 different things? Alright, sure. No problem, Jim. Yeah, I'm getting out of that. Let's check out the weekly, though. And your weekly looks like it wants to push up? Holy shit. That's crazy. Let's put it in regular. Huh? How much different that looks. That's such bullish consolidation? Just squeezing. Huh. It's alright. Time, right place. Yeah. Alright. Let's get into the 4 hour. Start diving into these things. Mog. STX, FET, and Link. All right, Mastery, let's get into it. Let's dive on into it. All right. Mog first. ETC is both kosher and halal. Halal? Interesting. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Alrighty. You know what? I'm gonna clear off this chart. I haven't looked at this chart in a century. I don't even know. What is this? Mastery, no problem. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I do appreciate you, man. Here we are. Here we are. Nice downtrend broken out. Love to see it. If we can get a back test on it, that would be fantastic. I would love to see a back test, but beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. We did have some support / resistance right here, currently acting as a resistance. Something we're going to have to focus in on because it's like a little pocket of liquidity right here. Nice little pocket. If we can stay in this pocket, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice, actually. Because we would be looking at this as a continuation to the upside. On the continuation aspect. Already major 50%. Great. Love to see it. If we can stay above, then we could be looking at this right here, which would be a 94% run to the upside. Of course, the bull flag traders, they're going to be like, yeah, but like bull flag, bro. Okay, here you go. Here's your bull flag. It's going to be about 94%. So, bull flag traders, there you go. You're welcome. Anyways, 20048, I would be targeting that for MOG once it does get finished resetting its indicators. Your daily looks like you could be chopping around for a little bit. You're fighting with that 200 simple moving average. You're above the 50 simple still, so that's great. Checking out your 4 hour. Inverse head and shoulders. I don't even pay attention to that, if I'm being honest. Looking at the 4 hour. 4 hour, you do have bearish divergence right now. Yeah, it's interesting. So we do want to see it pull back before it starts running like crazy. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. What you do not want to see is a pullback and a lower high. That would be unfortunate, because then you'd see it as a lower high here, and it could get real nasty at that point. But we do have that bearish divergence. Keep that in mind. Here's your high, higher high, lower relative strength. Keep that in mind. So right now, if you did get a pullback, I'd be looking for a 50%er. So maybe coming back down to 9014 is your bearish case at the moment. So at the moment for MOG, if you came down just a wee bit, 12%, then I could see you get that nice run up to the upside. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing out of MOG. All because I see bearish divergence on the 4 hour. I think it might want to play out over the weekend. Just maybe. STX. Stacks. I haven't looked at this one in a long time either. Alright. Alright. This looks awful. This looks terrible because of this wick right here. Looks absolutely horrendous. And it looks like you're going to consolidate for a long time. There you go. Markets may not be open Friday, but that doesn't mean we can't dump crypto. That's completely true. Completely true. Man, news headlines really do cater to the unaware. Stocks at all-time highs, but the dollar looks like poop. Yeah, that's why. That's pretty funny. Okay, so we're looking for a golden retrace as we maintained our low at 48.5. So this is the area we do not want to breach from here on out. We want to stay above that. Stay above 48.5. We're good for a nice golden retrace from this high. So $1.96.7 is what I'd be aiming at for this one. That's about 191% upside. It looks bullish to me. Markets in general, yeah. MMs love to dump on holidays. MMs. Market makers. Yeah, okay. Markets have looked macro bullish since 2023. Sup, Porgy? Thank you for your TA the other day. Kay say, hey, no problem, man. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you, man. I think you're the one who always asks for XPX, right? Yeah, that 15% move to the upside happened and then some. Sheesh. So if you ended up making money off that, good job, brother. But yeah, this thing right here, we could see this rally up 191%. This is going to be a longer term one. This could take you all the way out until October. So it would line up right inside that fourth quarter pump. Would be fine. In the shorter term, let's go into the 1 hour here. So you did have a downtrend you broke out of, which is nice. And you're bullishly consolidating above the 200. Even nicer. I do like that so much. Very nice. Go from the high to the low. So in the shorter term, you are flagged out and broken out. Go figure. So on all time frames right now, on the lower time frames, it's looking like it's time to jump into this thing. You have low stochastic. You're in the bearish control zone for the 1 hour. On a bullish back test, this looks great. Looks absolutely great. So, you could find yourself going up about 27%, possibly this weekend. So, STX looking pretty strong right now. Looking pretty strong. We just need the market not to dump on you for this to play out. If it does dump on you, then you have support sitting at 48.5. So, yeah. If I were trading this, my stop loss would be sitting right here at 63.6. You should not clear that if you are going up. Should not happen. If we head into credit cycle, the inflation from the bill and continued soft QE could cause a rally all the way into Q3 of 2026, in my opinion. I think it's going to be way worse than that. I think it's going to be way worse than that. No, I think the rally is going to at least go all the way until Trump's out of office. I think at least until Trump's out of office. Then depending on whoever gets elected, fucking keep the ball rolling, baby. All right, next up. FET. All right, FET. We've done TA on this already. Still looking for that 24% to play out. It already started. That's good. Resetting on your 1 hour already. Not bad, not bad. Pengu would have toasted me. Good thing I got out of there. Would have toasted me. 1 hour looks solid. What's your 15 look like? What the hell? What the hell? Alright, at least your 15 is giving you an area in which, hey, we can get in now. That's if you break out of this. So there's your downtrend you really want to break out of. If we can maintain a higher low here, that would be awesome too. What trades are you in currently? I'm in no trades right now. None. No trades at all. Most of the day I wasn't trading. I made a little profit early in the morning. I made a loss. And then I made another little profit off Bitcoin. And then I just stopped trading because I was taking care of my kids. And my son was being ultra needy today, so I was like, I can't focus on the charts. I just, ugh. It was all bad. Total shit show in my house. Total shit show. For the scalp trader out there, if we can stay above this low right here, you're going to be looking for a test of that 78.3. Wait for the breakout and the confirmation. Wait for it. But let's just say you got it. Could be 10% from here to the upside. While the whole market's pulling back, probably not a good idea to dive into this just yet. Probably a good idea to sit back and wait, or even focus on the downtrend. Maybe you can get a nice little short in here. Just maybe. Nice little shorteroo. So to the short, to the downside, you could be finding yourself back at 67.2. This could get you down here about 5% on a 15x leverage short. This looks pretty darn good. But indicators aren't really telling you it's time to go short. So losing the 200 is. It's one of those weird little, oh, well, how low could we go? You could go all the way down there. Definitely could. So wait for the breakout, wait for the back test, wait for it to look better before trying to jump into the trade. Bitcoin's still trying to pull back and bleed this market out. Just be careful of that. Be careful. But longer run, you're still looking to get up here and test this 82 cent level. Possibly even 89 cents. Just a matter of when. Link. Checking out Chainlink. Chainlink looks pretty solid. Pretty solid on the 15. But trying to get a bullish backtest on the 200 simple moving average. This looks really good. If Bitcoin could stop being a butthole, this would be fantastic. Can we look at near and whiff? Definitely can. I will say, all the TA on Near is already there, so we made a static video about Near. Near looked pretty damn good when I looked at it last. It looked really good. So, to those who actually saw the video, congratulations if you took the trade. I know there were a few dislikes on the video, so I know some people are bitter. Maybe they saw it late. I don't know, but I posted the video before the move, so there's that. Link is trying its best to break out right now. Your 1 hour is trying to reset. As long as you stay above the 200 on the 1 hour, you're doing really good. And I would be looking for 1558 to the upside. So let's hope that you stay above that 200, sitting at 1330. If you can manage to hold that, yeah, Link will be pretty darn solid. If not, I'm expecting you to come back down to 1263. I like the Near video. Appreciate you, Jim. Appreciate you. But yeah, Link looks really good to me. Let's check the 4. 4 hour just wants to reset a little bit. You're above the 200 simple moving average. You have a lot of support sitting right below you right now. So yeah, I think a run to the 1558 might actually happen sooner than later. Oh shit, in that bill, did we get the whole no tax on American-based cryptos? I don't think we did. Oh, those fuckers. They got us. They got us. Damn it. Alrighty, Near protocol. Currently, you are uptrending. You are battling against a downtrend right now. Not sure. I'm not sure either. You are battling against a downtrend right now. But overall, we have 3 targets here. Actually, 4. But we are looking for the 29% upside, just getting you to 277. We're looking for the 104% upside, getting you to the 1618. We are also looking for 135% upside to get you to the bearish 50 of this peak. And we are looking for the 169% upside and a breakout of long-term downtrend, getting you to the 0.618 golden retrace at $5.78. I'm pretty bullish on near because on the daily time frame, we got a double bottom. We got a double bottom holding support at this level at 189.8. Beautiful little double bottom here after a breakout of a downtrend. Love to see it. Love to see it. No crypto tax breaks. Damn it. Didn't get that. No. So back in January, I don't believe it would happen, and it didn't. That's too bad, but all the crypto bros still voted for it. I'm one of the crypto bros. To be honest, this last election, I was just like, I just can't vote for Kamala. Period. Dot. Bad candidate. Just a bad candidate. When you have somebody out there who was like, yeah, well, I was attorney general in California, number one, that's bad. Number two, went out of her way to put parents in jail for up to 72 hours because they weren't having their kids in attendance for schools enough to get more federal funding? Are we serious? And the IRS has permission to audit customer accounts on exchanges. Oh boy. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. New proposal is being brought up that would eliminate capital gains on crypto transactions below $300. It would also eliminate double taxation on staking rewards. Beautiful. 805, nice choice. Yep, we got an 805 here. I got a Voodoo Ranger in the fridge. I don't think I'm going to touch that. I also have Coors Light in the fridge. I'm trying to watch my girlish figure as I'm currently dropping back into some relative form of rugby shape by January. I'm saying relative form. There ain't no fucking way I'm ever getting into that high level competition shape again. That is in the past. It's gone. It's buried. I'm never doing that again. I mean, the fact that back then I could run 3 miles in 16 minutes, I'm not gonna do that. Not at all. That wasn't training. That was masochism. It was crazy. Ew, Voodoo Ranger. Voodoo Ranger's great. How dare you? How dare you? That's what you're sipping on? Great minds think alike? Nice. That shit is strong, though. I mean, I am a father. You know, it's better than what my dad used to drink. He used to drink Miller. Like, on purpose. I thought just because I was young and I took a sip of it that it tasted bad. No, I took a sip of it when I got older. Shit's gross. Staking no longer being considered income would be great. Wow. Wow. But then they'd have to change up the dividends at that point, right? So I think that's going to be a lot more work if they did that. All right, let's go ahead and check out WIF. The double taxation thing just means staking would only be taxed when sold rather than being tracked as income upon block rewards. Huh. That's a good nuance. Alright, WIF has done us dirty in the past. The problem with staking that you have to endure the bear market. Well, that's kind of the thing about staking. It's not that you're enduring the bear market, it's that you're constantly DCAing without having to put in new capital. So I think that's kind of the positive out of staking. If you're like, oh, well, I don't need this money anyways, it makes sense. But if you need the money, ooh, it does not make sense at all. It's terrible. Well, we broke out of the downtrend. So that's good. That's good. And we broke out of that downtrend, so that's positive. All right. we're above a level that was acting as resistance, holding as support. WIF's looking pretty fucking good, guys. Looking pretty good. Holy moly. Look at that. So now we're going to look at this as a continuation to the upside. We're going to go with meme coin physics because, you know, it's a meme coin. So meme coin physics. We just use this wonderful trending tool because the trend is your friend until it's not. We're only going to focus on the 170 and 273 because we are reasonable individuals. I'd rather sell and buy back 90% lower. But what if you bought only in those lows and you staked down there? What if you did that? Because, you know, my method of buying in, I don't buy anything that's high. Honestly, I wait until it's low. I don't care. I just wait until it's down there. Possible 166% upside for WIF. So like right now with WIF, my buy zone at the moment, anything below 76 cents. And I could argue anything below these highs right here at $1.20. So that would be like the zone in which I'd buy anything. And then if I wanted to hold it for the entirety of how long I think it could go up, start into staking. So I could be DCAing the entire time off the tokens I get down here. Trend is your friend till the end. Yep. You tried staking and missed out on the 5K ETH pullout? Oh no. See, that's bad. See, Porky's on it now. Validators make a killing in passive rewards. Yep, I just lost my... What happened here? I don't know what happened there. Let's open that back up. Sheesh. We lost it. We lost the stream on Pumpkin. How we doing, everybody? How we doing? You still here? Hopefully you're still here. Anyways. Your ETH validator is worth maintaining perpetually, already paid for itself. Yeah, that is one thing. When you start getting it to pay for itself, they're just like, oh, we're just going to keep it all the time. BTC looking red short term. Oh yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. It's like we could see it pull back to like 107.3. Actually, let's peek into it. Let's see what it's looking like. Because I'm looking at a 1.8% move to the downside. Let's go into the 5-minute. Let's see how wrong I was. Well, it looks like I was not wrong. Looks like I was not wrong. So there's a possibility of us coming down to 107.3. Backtest the channel? I think we drop back inside of it. I think we just bleed on down there. I would be a-okay with it to come all the way back down here and then start popping back up over the next like 3 days, just in a slow grind, and then all the alts start going absolutely ape shit in the process. That would be phenomenal. Pengu would have absolutely roasted me. Look at this. Look at what happened. Look at this nonsense. It was like, yeah, we were going, now we're not. Absolute nonsense. Nonsense, I tell you, nonsense. You know, I got this weird feeling that Kevin left after requesting UNH. I got this odd feeling. Kevin, are you still here over there on Twitch? Are you still here? I don't know where you went. Where'd Kevin go? See there? The one night I'm bullish on SPX, it pulls back. See, I swear, SPX just doesn't like me. SPX just, doesn't like me. UNH is going to break a lot of hearts? Yeah. I have UNH. Let's see it. Oh, bro. It doesn't look great. We can backtrack to it. You don't think it's going to 25? That's wild. I'm just saying how low it could go, alright? Oh, man. But yeah, UNH, I think it's going to fill the gap, getting back up to like 374. But I mean, it could keep going. I mean, this is all the recovery you've had since May 15th? Why does this thing keep kicking me out? Why does it keep kicking me out of Pumpkin? Is it a bear flag? Not really. Not really. So the argument's made that could have been a ascending triangle. It didn't quite get high enough to be a flag. Like, if you got that 24, that would have been a good flag. Yeah, that would have been a bear flag. But, no, it's too narrow. This is technically a bullish pattern that's breaking to the downside. So we do have a measured move for this that usually comes with a long squeeze. And so you could see a very sharp drop down to 238. But then you'd be setting up for a bullish divergence on the daily. So maybe you get down to 213. A lot of people bought it based on too big to fail narrative and the dividend. Craziness. It's a crazy reason to buy. Maybe it's because I read charts all day, but that's just a crazy reason to buy in my opinion. It's too big to fail, and their dividends are like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to buy this thing until all of a sudden you heard the new CEO has security guards, and whatever happened will never happen again. Like, I want some reassurance here. Getting some government subsidies would probably help too. That would probably help in my decision making. Oh, man. Well, yeah, so that's all we got for today, ladies and gentlemen. Not much going on. Things seem to be bleeding out a little bit. They need a CEO first. They still need a CEO. They're a ship with no captain. Ugh, it's bad. It's all bad over there. Luigi really did a number on them. I bought because it dropped so much, expecting a dead cat bounce. Well, as soon as I get a CEO announcement, I mean, that might help. Bitcoin trying to catch a bounce right here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. With Bitcoin trying to bounce, you're going to start seeing a lot of alts go crazy. I'd be paying attention to Bonk. I would be paying attention to Bonk. This looks like the most bullish consolidation. And you do have some upside targets. So I think Bonk might be the strong one of the evening. Currently, I would like to see Bonk make another 17% run to the upside. Happy 4th, America. Never mind. Stan Hamsley took it over. Oh, okay. 2 replacement CEOs post Luigi folded immediately, which I believe caused a massive sell-off. Wow. So they do finally have a CEO. Okay. I didn't realize that. But yeah, I think Bonk is the play for the evening. Bonk seems to be looking the strongest tonight. And if Bitcoin's done bleeding out right now, I think we're about to see Bonk rip to the upside. There are some other honorable mentions, like Pengu has the opportunity of going up. SPX also looking pretty strong out there. Pepe has a little bit of work to do, but it could. Either way, I think the Solana-based meme coins are probably going to go insane this weekend. So keep those in mind when you're looking at a bunch of different tokens. Happy 4th of July indeed. Yes, happy 4th of July, everyone who is celebrating. Those of you who are not celebrating, I mean, if you're in another country, just have a beer. That's really what we're doing over here. We're drinking. Stock play, sound, NFA. I don't know what that is. Jack and Coke, hot dogs, and burgers. Nice. Go America. Can't wait. Sound. Say my ending goodbyes here, and you're like, hey, hold on. Stream tomorrow, Rich? No. No, I do not plan on being live tomorrow. I do not plan on being live tomorrow. So it looks like sound broke out. We are looking for the 1794 to play out. Currently, I would expect some consolidation here. As long as you stay above $9.03, doing absolutely phenomenal on sound. NFA. Wait, what? Hold on. What is NFA? NFA CX? I don't know what NFA is. Good? Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't plan on being live tomorrow. I will be live on Saturday, though. Wall Street bets darling finally moving up years later. That's pretty funny. I'll just pick the first NASDAQ thing. Thank you. Happy 4th, everyone. Happy 4th, Celinda. Happy 4th. Oh, what the heck is this? No. Oh, not financial advice. See there? I didn't know what you meant. All right. Anyways, looks like Bitcoin trying to bounce a little bit. Looks like Bonk's starting to run a bit. Good luck in your trades, everybody. Don't get wrecked. Enjoy the 4th. Class C fun day, I guess. Alright, guys, I'm getting out of here. Deuces, everybody. I appreciate you. You're amazing. You're awesome. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. And hopefully I catch you on Saturday. I'm out of here. Later, guys.